Oh boy. I've run out of shit to say about Fire Emblem 3 Book 1, so these next 9 minutes are probably gonna be the longest fucking 9 minutes I've ever had to face. Click. Evil Priest Gharnef. So last time we defeated Michelle in Macedonia, and now we need to go all the way to the north of the map. And how do we do that? Magic! Whoa! Whoa, swirly effects. It almost makes the map look like bacon. Man, I knew I shouldn't have eaten all those crayons. Anyway, yeah, we're warped over there by Captain Arcsage Gatto. That's his extra name. But yeah, that's some really impressive warp magic. But yeah, this place used to be great, now it's not. That's a running theme in Fire Emblem 3 Book 1, is that everything is... It always talks about how things used to be. But yeah, we're heading over here to save Marth's sister, Ellis, and to get the falchion from Gharnef. This chapter actually explains why he has a falchion, so my complaints earlier about him not just tossing it in the ocean are invalid. So once again, Mark proves that he's a dummy. But yeah, I want you to listen carefully to Gharnef's dialogue here, and filter out all the evil generic villain shit. Yeah, so he's using the falchion as leverage. And take note of that battle my images thing. Which one's the real one? I don't know, how about the one that was fucking talking during the cutscene, see? He even has Math and Falchion. The other ones don't have that. So like, what the fuck was he trying to accomplish? Bragging about, ooh, I'm gonna use this amazing strategy where like, you don't know which one's the real me. We know which one's the real you because we know the basic concept of checking your stats. Oh my god. But yeah, so, you know, his amazing plan is very unexpectedly thwarted by Linda smacking him with the Starlight Tome. Oh man. Yeah, Gharnef is not a smart villain. Though I will say that the using the falchion thing as leverage was a good plan, but it has one big plot hole in it, and that's that only Marth can use the falchion. How the fuck are you gonna use the falchion as leverage against this guy if literally the only person in the world that can stop Medeus is Marth? You do realize that by killing Marth, that falchion can't do jack shit to Medeus? Because you can't use it. Nobody can. Unless, except for Ellis maybe, if you trained her in swords, but, like, is she really gonna fucking cooperate? Actually, you know, she probably would. Like, she'd want to kill Medeus, but... Wait, no, that just opens up a whole can of worms. But yeah, Gharnef is all like, oh, how could this happen? I was defeated! That's impossible! God. Open your fucking eyes and use some common sense, Captain Wizard Man. But yeah, it's all like, yeah, your puny strength won't be enough to kill Medeus. Except that we have 3 units that are nearly capped in all of their fucking stats. The chances of us losing to to Medeus, pretty fat chance. But yeah, speaking of which, since we no longer have the Star Orb, I can no longer super train units to become ridiculously powerful. And because I'm bored of just using 5 units per chapter, I decided to bring a shitload of units here in hopes that I can more quickly mop up these enemies. And there's Cheeky. This is the first time I've used her, so Cheeky fans rejoice. Yay! Meanwhile, I also brought a shitload of heroes. I brought 3, and Cheney transforms into Nevere, who has the best stats. And we just sort of clean house. Like, that's basically the entire chapter. I mean, once you get past all these enemies, and you nab the chests, there's really not a whole lot going for this one. They really could have opted to do something more interesting than simply, ooh, which one's the real Gharnef? Which, admittedly, could have been an effective gimmick had they not made it so friggin' obvious which one it was. But yeah, these Dark mages, look carefully at the battle screen. My strategy against them is to simply use Thunder Swords because, like, most of our units lack a 1-2 range option. Oh, and here's Cheeky barfing on a dude. Rejoice, Cheeky fans. That's pretty much the only Cheeky action you're gonna get throughout this entire game, unless I use her against the dragons in the next chapter, which, you know, that might happen. I think so. But yeah, like, most of our units lack a 1-2 range option because swords don't only have the Thunder Sword. You only get basically like 2 or 3 magic users throughout the entire game, and we're using the one that I trained. And like, you could use hand axes, but you know, only 3 axe users, and the one that we have is so far behind all of our other units that it's just like, what the fuck is the point? So yeah, I opted to use 11 swords and just sort of hope for critical hits against those mages, which worked, you know. It's an effective strategy. But yeah, what else is there to say about this chapter? I have 4 minutes left, holy shit. So the treasure chest on the left has money, which again, why the fuck do we need that? We've more or less bought everything. And the other one on the right, more interestingly, has a Dragon Whip promotion item, which promotes the Pegasus Riders, as you guys saw in the Camus chapter when I promoted Cheetah. But here's the thing. There's only 2 chapters left, and only one of them is an outdoor chapter, which means that anybody who promotes at this point is only going to be able to use their dragon once. So it just makes me wonder, like, what the fuck, man? Like, why would you give us a promotion item that's so profoundly useless? Give us another bishop ring. We have plenty of mages that I'd rather use than friggin' Quechua and Est or Paula at this point. Like, they're just so far behind that. It's just like, oh, whatever. But yeah, Linda spends most of her time during this chapter giving everybody a close shave, and you know, not everybody appreciates a close shave, especially when it comes to oh yeah, that's the Falchion animation. It's really fucking cool, especially that backhand. But yeah, like, not everybody appreciates a close shave. I know that generals don't, because they usually have big fucking beards. And yeah, as you can see from the right, we have a whole bunch of... Oh my god, dude, I have run out of shit to say, holy fuck. Well, the chapter's ending soon, so... what am I gonna do here? I guess I could sing a song. Twinkle, twinkle, little star... Okay, no. Yeah, so one of the things that makes Lawrence useful is that he's one of the few units that can use lances indoors. And he already starts with the weapon ring to use the Gradius, like, straight up. Somebody mentioned that in the comments in one of the previous videos, and I was like, oh, you know what, that's pretty handy here, especially considering my limited 1-2 range options. But yeah, he's still a slow motherfucker, and if you toss him against mages, then he will get fucking destroyed. He just gets doubled so hard, and the enemy is just like, oh, so ridiculous against him. And yeah, poor Marth, his beloved Falchion weighs him down so bloody much that he can't double heroes. Like, that's dumb. The Falchion's not a very good weapon. Except against dragons. But yeah, we're done with the chapter finally. Oh, except for one last thing. Oh damn, plot twist. Rena gets a last-minute promotion. Will this be useful? Probably not. But, I mean, might as well do it since, spoiler alert, Rena is only usable in Book 1 of Fire Emblem 3. She doesn't show up in Book 2 until very far in the end, at which point you'll be like, well, you know, whatever, can't use her. And yeah, we save Ellis. Yay! So, I theorized why they kept Ellis alive, even though she's their enemy, and I think the reason why is because she has control over a staff that can revive people. So I suspect what happens is that, like, if a very important ally of the enemy dies, then they could force her to use the staff or something. Or, worst case scenario, if Medeas dies, force her to revive him. Not that I think that she would do it, I think she'd rather die than do that, but I mean, details.